here's what we're making today. It's so cute. The mini Triskele by Sonar. This is one of the patterns in the Sew Whatever box with all the materials. I didn't use any of my own materials. Well, I take that back. For the card slots, I used my own card slot landscaping fabric, but that's it. Enough for 3 card slots, probably 6 if you double up. 2 little slip pockets, a zipper pocket, an ID window, and closes with 2 magnetic snaps. Cute as a bug in a rug. Go get the pattern and get started. Hi everyone, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs, and I'm getting ready to do one of the items that was in the Sew Whatever box, the mini Triskele. Let me show you a picture of the pattern. So with the box, you got a printed pattern with the printed pieces, which is actually kind of nice. It saves you on paper, and it's pretty nice paper too. So I'm making this as my first project out of the box. So let me tell you what I cut out. I don't know, they didn't really tell you what to cut out with what, and so I just did my own thing, which is probably on purpose because I think they gave you plenty for all 3 patterns. So this is my exterior piece. So I have one of those. Let me see if I can, there's one of those. And then my interior bottom, I also did in the cork. Let me find that pattern piece. Interior bottom. You guys you're gonna want to get this pattern when it's released. I don't know when it's coming out, but at some point. And then the interior top I did out of this beautiful vinyl. It's gorgeous. I thought I'd just change it up a little. I mean, I hate to use, we'll see. Oh, those are stuck together. I hated to use I don't want to use all that gorgeous cork, so we'll see. And then my wristlet strap I did out of this vinyl. My interior zipper pockets, the backing of my ID window, and then some zipper ends I did out of the gorgeous waterproof canvas. And then I am using my own card slot lining. I have 2 versions of it. This is the one I'm going to use. And then I did cut up the craft text that they sent with the box. So that cut up into 1, 2, 3, 7 pieces. I am going to use my own little tag. And then they gave you the hardware for it. So let's see what's in here. It's all gunmetal, which is great. So a 1/2 inch swivel clasp. 2, actually, interestingly, 2 corset rings, I think. Yeah. And 2 magnetic snaps. So these are the corset rings. So 2 of those, and then 2 magnetic snaps. I'm going to get me a little bowl to put all this in. Yeah, okay. And that's it. Now, I have made her large size Triskele wallet a couple times before, but I've slept many times between then and now. So we'll see how it goes. It's not that hard of a wallet to make, I don't believe. So I'll get all the markings on there and then I'll show them to you and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. So the other thing I forgot to tell you was I'm using their variegated thread that came with it. It's gorgeous. This happens to be the Tex 80. So I'm going to wind, I'm just going to go ahead and wind a couple of bobbins and we'll go from there. All right, I'm going to first do my strap. So they have, for this they have you folding it in thirds. So there is a little bit of a raw edge, and that's okay. Because they gave you a 1/2 inch swivel clasp, which is perfect for these. So I just put a piece of double side tape, 1/8 inch double side tape. And I'm telling you, this vinyl, I'm not sure I've ever sewn with this particular vinyl from this class of vinyl from Lauren Mormino. So I'm gonna have to try. Oh, I gotta put my stitches on. So I'm gonna sew down each side. It almost went over the edge, but it didn't. Now, on these, I am not sewing the ends. It's tiny, and I think it just creates some issues, so I'm not doing it. What issues? I'm not really sure. I will say this thread, I tested it, so I was sure I had my tension right, and it's very nice, really. It's from Wizardry Stitchery, so. All right, let's put this on. And we're going to fold that down. I gotta get the rivets out, I just realized. And we're gonna put that underneath. And we're gonna create a nice little wristlet. So let me grab my rivets. Okay, so I've marked all my pieces. And I put the tape on the card slots, and you just follow the pattern piece. It tells you exactly where to mark things. These are my 2 spots for my magnetic snaps as well. So we're going to do the card slots first. So you have 3. And I would highly suggest on your fold lines, you label them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I remember her Triskele, and it's important to know which one you're folding when. So I would do it. So we're going to take, this is card slot 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to take the tape off the bottom card slot, and we're going to lay it going up towards the top. We're going to turn it over and stitch right below that card slot. And I think I'm going to decrease my stitch length to just 3.5. And I'm going to back stitch. You can pull the threads to the back if you choose to as well. And I'm going to go ahead and be careful, depending on what you're using for your card slot fabric, that you don't, for example, this card slot fabric will fray and burn. And it won't fray, but it will burn if you get the flame too close. So now we're going to pull that down. I'm just going to use a regular card, and I'm going to hold it up to right below card slot 2, and I'm going to fold that up. Take my card out. Take the double-sided tape off and fold that up. Now, before I stitch, I'm going to test that to make sure it's how I want it. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. All right, so that's up, and we're gonna stitch under card slot 2. I love this thread, by the way, guys. I think they're gonna offer it. You should get some. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And then I'm going to be very careful and burn my threads. Okay. So then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring the card slot fabric down. I'm going to put it under the 3rd card slot and fold that up. And take the tape off under card slot 1 and fold that up. Turn it over, check card slot 2, it's perfect. And then we're going to stitch under card slot 1. Okay, a lot of thread, a lot of paper. Okay, and then we're going to fold that down and put where we want our card to come out of that 1st card slot and fold that up. Take the tape off and just leave that tape there. But let's check all our slots. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect in every way. There's a little thread there. There we go. That was bugging me. Okay. So there you have extra up here. So that'll get secured when we do the rest of it, but I'm just going to trim that. I cut my piece a little bit long, so that's all it needs. All right. So there you have your 3 card slots. Next step. Okay, so now you want to fold this on the 4th fold line. That's why it's important, because she does talk about what number fold line to fold, wrong side together. So this is what you should have. Here's your card slots. Here's the top down here, and here's the bottom. Now we're going to stitch across that at 1/8 of an inch, just top stitch. It's really important that you keep your piece nice and straight and even. Then the next step is to create a slip pocket. All right, so take your clips off, grab some double-sided tape. I suggest you use 1/8 inch. And we're gonna fold this up to fold line 3. So I'm just going to add a little piece of double-sided tape on the short ends here. Okay, so just like that. So there's our card slots. And here is my 2 pieces of double-sided tape. Here's fold line 3. So we are going to fold that. And I'm going to do just one side at a time, if I can get my tape off. There we go. And we're going to fold that right sides together on fold line 3. Okay. We're creating a little slip pocket there. That's what you're doing. So I'm going to take the tape off this side and fold it on fold line 3. Beautiful. Okay, I am clipping those together and I see a couple little hairs I need to burn. Okay. So now you have 3 card slots and a little slip pocket. Love it. Next step. All right, so on this piece, it should be a certain height. So measure it just like she tells you to in the pattern. Mine is a hair short, but she says not to worry about that because we'll trim it. Now on your ID interior bottom piece, I have my ID window cut out. I have my slot cut out where I'm going to put my ID. Just realized I need to cut that just a little bit. There we go. And then you have markings here too. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the first thing we're going to do is I put double-sided tape around my ID window, and we're going to put our clear plastic there. And we're going to stitch around our ID window. Just like any other card slot window. Oops, throwing things. Okay, and just get that on there nice and centered. My experience with this clear plastic, if you don't get it on right the first time, you see the tape. Oops. All right, so I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to stitch around the ID window. I'm going to start over here. I am going to pull these to the back. But you don't have to if you don't want to. All right, let's just tie those off. So a couple little tricks for this. When I start, if I'm going to pull something to the back, I pull the first one to the back, and then when I'm done, I hold on to the other one so I know which one that I need to pull. Perfect. Now, I am going to do a little faux stitch under this card slot. It's really not a card slot, it's the opening for the window. But I'm just going to do a little faux stitching Just so it looks like there is a real card slot, and I did back stitch. If I thought about it, I probably would have pulled those to the back too, but I didn't. Okay. Now we are going to put this window, this piece of fabric under here, just like that, so it looks nice and pretty. So I'm going to add just a little more double-sided tape because this doesn't get sewn on. It will get stabilized when we put the whole wallet together. You could glue it if you feel better about that. It's not going anywhere though, I don't think. You really don't want to see me use any glue. I'm just saying. It's not a pretty thing. I use it. I do have some and I do use it, but I'm a third grader when it comes to glue. So now we're just going to put this so it covers our window there. And let's try our card. Perfect. Perfect. Love it. Okay, that's it. Next step. So take this whole piece and fold it in half. It should be folded on the third fold line, which it is, and then we're going to top stitch just like we did on the other one, right next to the card slot. Trim your threads, and then we're going to create another bring this top up, and let's see, we're creating another slip pocket, so leave the space that they tell you to in the pattern. And I'm going to use a little more double-sided tape. Or you can glue it, whichever works best for you. I know why she uses glue. It is nice, but not for me. Not for this girl. This cork is gorgeous, and these colors are beautiful. Lauren and team, you did great with this. So far, I love it. Okay, so now we have our ID window and another little slip pocket. I am going to leave those clipped. Just make sure your side seams are nice and even. Love it. Now, she also tells you this should measure a certain height, and mine does perfectly. All right, next step. So I'm doing my zipper a little different for this little guy. I'm using what they provided, but I'm putting a zipper end on each side, and I'm just sewing a 1/4 inch seam. And then I'm going to fold that over. We'll end up trimming quite a bit of this, but then I'm just going to do a top stitch at 1/8 of an inch. Okay, on both sides. Then we will trim the zipper to the length that tells you to in the pattern. These little zippers are so tiny. Oh gosh. I'm doing double duty here. I'm getting my little threads and I'm burning the end of my zipper at the same time. All right. Now, oops, I hope that's not in there. Now we're going to trim this to the desired length. I am going to just mark my centers so I can do it on each side of my center. So it's even. Okay. I mean, for this, it's probably better to use a number 3, but what they sent was a number 5, and it'll be fine. Next step. Okay, full disclosure, I did this incorrect, so I took it apart. I didn't like it, so I took it apart. So this is the top of your outside. These are where your little snaps are gonna go. We're gonna attach this zipper to the bottom. And you want your zipper closing to the left. So just get it on there nice and even, just like we do any other zipper. We're gonna turn it over and we're gonna add our zipper lining pocket right side down, centered. So just like that, and then we're going to stitch across the zipper. It's a raw edge there, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to take things out, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather get it done right than not. Okay, so that's what you should have. This is the top, this is the bottom, okay? I know it's weird. Now we're gonna fold that zipper pocket lining out of the way and just clip it, if I can find a clip, out of the way. Now we're gonna add our other interior piece the same way. And I still have some tape there, so I'm just gonna leave that. Nice and straight. Flip it over. And we're gonna add our, I'm trying to find the right side, our right side of our other zipper pocket lining. Just making sure that your pocket linings sides are the same. Like here and here. Flip that over and stitch across. Thankfully, cork is fairly forgiving. I wasn't gonna do this wrong, you know, with this gorgeous fabric either, so. All right, now, I'm just gonna burn my little ends here. All right, now we are going to draw a line down from the top of the raw edge, just like she tells you to in the pattern. And you want to do it with something you can erase or get rid of when you're done. Now we're gonna, oh, first of all, we have to put your pocket linings together. I forgot. Put your zipper pocket lining together and sew around all 3 sides. And I always start and I'll finish it and get as close to that top as I can. Whoa. Powerful machine. I gotta let it get out of my hands there. Okay. It's okay. And then I'll go up this way to get as close as I can. Perfect. Okay. Now, you've got your zipper pocket completed. Right sides together. Love it. Now we want our zipper, I'm going to have my zipper going to the left, closing to the left, which is what they suggest. And if I'd done it right the first time, that would have been correct. You want to have your zipper on top there. And just make sure your sides are all lined up as best as you can. Because we're creating now this freestanding zipper lining. Okay. We're going to stitch down here, across, and up. I'm going to do it from this side so I can see my line. Okay. Eighth of an inch. And across. This is top stitching, so do it as good as you can and then back up the side. Okay. Beautiful. Trim, burn your ends. Perfect. And I am going to trim this just a hair there. Oop. All right, now what you have, and we're having this little storm here already today. Is you have your freestanding zipper lining. So this is the top, and you have your zipper lining. That's exactly what it should be, Barb. So I made the mistake for you, so that's a good thing. You don't have to do it. Okay. So now we're going to install our magnetic snaps up here. So on the interior top portion, we're going to insert the magnetic snaps, and she says the male portion. So I just went off the pattern piece on the location, and I'm just putting little slits. I am going to put a little bit of stabilizer. Trying to be careful because I'm probably gonna cut myself. Don't do that, Barb. So here's the male portion. These are 14 millimeter. So I'm gonna just trim these up a little. I don't need a bunch of stabilizer. Okay. The other side. It's kind of like with tiny rivets. These are so small. They're small little snaps. And the stabilizer is really just there to give it that extra little something as you use your snap. It doesn't need to be hardly anything. So just a little 1/2 inch piece, that's all that is. Danger. Okay. So there you have your 2 little snaps. Let me get rid of all this so I can not lose it. Make sure my pattern isn't out for you to see. And we'll do the next step. All right, so we're on the exterior piece. We're going to install the female portion. Same thing, right from the pattern piece. Let me grab another little piece of stabilizer. I've gotten so used to doing rivet magnetic snaps that this feels very foreign to me. I even have 14mm rivet magnetic snaps, so these are fine though. These work perfect. The one thing about cork is it's sometimes hard to see where your slits are. All right, so on both of my snaps, I put a little piece of fleece just to protect the other side, on that side and on this side. Now we are going to add our stabilizer, and I'm going to use glue. I know it's very scary, but you want these butting up against each other, and on the long edge. On the short edge, you want to leave about 1/4 of an inch on each side. She tells you which pattern piece, which goes where. So if you use glue, you can move it just a little to get things even on both sides. Yeah, that's good. So I'm going to put the big pieces on first. I'm just going to do it here. And this is my exterior piece, the cork. Okay. Okay. And then this bottom one, I forgot this had some covering. You probably didn't need to use fleece, but that's all right. Okay, and on these, you want the craft text, which is what this is, to butt up against itself. This one, I'm just gonna, isn't that gorgeous cork? It's gorgeous. And then on each of these, there are 2. So I'm first going to just put a piece, and you could use tape here, absolutely. Just some glue and put them together first. Okay. And then we're going to add those here. You know, even though I've made the regular Triskele, this is made a little differently. Okay, that's what you want. Now, I am gonna let that dry for just a few minutes. And I did get glue on me, but that's the way it goes. All right, next step. Okay, so I have put tape around here after I let my craft text dry a little bit, because we're gonna put the wrong sides together. So with your outside piece, the magnetic snaps are on the right. This is considered the top of the exterior. This is considered the bottom where the magnetic snaps are. So lay that there, and then where the magnetic snaps are on the interior is considered the top. So we're putting top together on both pieces. Sorry, I'm just getting a little thread that was stuck there. So I'm going to start with one end and work my way down to the other end. I may change that. Let's get this on here. So this, just line them up. They should match pretty well. We're going to do some trimming, so don't get too hung up that they're not perfect. Man, I got a little thread there and it's driving me crazy. There we go. All right, so oh, this got stuck in my tape. There we go. All right, and then I think what I'm going to do is take off this bottom piece and line this up next. I'm just doing it as I think it's going to work best. Then we can get all this lined up together. There's our slip pocket. And I'm just going to put a couple clips there because it keeps coming undone. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to take off this tape. I'm probably making it more difficult on myself, but I'd rather do it this way to make sure everything fits properly. Okay. Okay, just make sure they're nice and even. Really works pretty well, I have to say. I'm actually surprised at myself since I made a big boo-boo to start with. And just make sure your card slots are nice and flat as well. Okay. Oh my gosh, there it is. So that is what you should have. Your little zipper pocket is standing straight up. Just like that. And then it's going to close like this. Okay. All right, now let me just read ahead. So we're going to stitch this top edge, and then we're going to stitch this bottom edge. And it's so even that I don't really need to worry about which side to sew it from. So I'm just going to sew it from the inside. Okay. And I'm going to start like this so I can get pretty close here. Yeah, perfect. Here we go. And I'm going to go backwards just for a few stitches. And then turn and come forward. Eighth of an inch. Come in just one more stitch. There we go. One more. There we go. Okay. Cute. Okay, then we're going to do this other side. Same scenario. And that's hard to say. I'm going to turn and go backwards, just a few stitches. And then go forward. Decreases the ability to get caught on all the bulk. Okay. Now I just left my flap square. You could cut it off like Nicole always does. Either way. That went off the rails there, so I gotta fix that. Hold on. So you can see I went over a little bit. Not having it. Hold on. Okay, I just picked that out and I'm just gonna start that over there. Perfect. Okay, much better. I think the next one I make, I am going to do the little corners like she does, or do some kind of decorative corner. I just went for the regular today. Okay. Wow. Cute, 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 cute. All right, next step. Okay, I'm going to do just a very tiny bit of trimming. I don't really have much, but there's a tiny bit of overhang here. Trying to decide how I'm going to do this. I mean, it's very small. Perfect. Okay. And then there is just a little here. It's a little hard to do. Let me see if I have a shorter. Yeah, I can use, well, this is really shorter, but maybe a little. Don't over trim, you know me. very little. But I'm gonna edge coat, so I want to make sure that it's nice and straight. Just a tiny bit here. It's hard because you've got your magnetic snaps there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use some sharp scissors. I mean, that's it. Now I am gonna burn all my cork because, you know, cork, it doesn't really fray, but it gets some fuzzies, and you don't want those on there when you're edge coating. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't wait to make another one, actually. Now you know what you're doing, you know. All right, we're done. Except for the, of course I didn't put my tag on, did I? I could put it right there. There it is. It's really perfect. I could go ahead and put it right there. You'd see my stitching, but I'm okay with that. I think I'll save it for the next one, actually. There it is. So you have your flap. You open it up. You have 3 card slots, a slip pocket. You have a little zipper pocket, just really for a key and a little bit of change. Your ID window, and then a little slip pocket there. That's it. The mini Triskele by Sonar. So cute. That's it. I'm tempted to do another round of stitches now that I trimmed, you know. I don't know. I'll think about it. It is very cute. So my next one, I'm going to do the edges, the corners, like Nicole always does. I really like how she does that. It's very cute. Great materials. I tested my card slots. They fit perfectly. There we go. Here it is, guys. Here, let me turn this light off. The mini Triskele by Sonar. This is one of the first patterns that I did out of the Sew Whatever box. Now, it's the first one. There was no video to go by, just the instructions, which are really pretty good. The written instructions that they provided are really pretty good. But now that, you know, just like anything, when you do it for the first time, I made a mistake. I had to tear some of it out. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. It happens. But there it is. I didn't put my tag on, but I'll put it on the next one. So you open it. You don't use hardly any material for this either. And I have Craft Text, so I'll just use my own. 3 card slots, a slip pocket, a little zipper pocket, ID window, another slip pocket. Very cute. Very, very cute. Not meant to be big. Just a little something. There you go. The Mini Triskele by Sonar. Thanks for watching. Be sure to go get the pattern when it's released. I don't know exactly when it's coming out, but it should be coming out in probably the next month or so. Month or two, I would guess. And this cork, when it becomes available at somanycreationsny.com, you're going to want to get some because it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at the colors. It's pearl. It's beautiful. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.